Long ago, in the land of Uz, there lived a man named Job. Job was known by everyone as a righteous and honorable man. He loved God deeply and tried to live a life of integrity and kindness. People respected him because he was fair, generous, and compassionate toward others. Job was also very blessed. He had a large family, many children, great wealth, and countless livestock. His home was filled with joy and laughter, and his land prospered. To the people around him, Job's life seemed perfect. But one day, everything changed. Without warning, disaster struck. Messengers began arriving one after another with terrible news. Raiders had stolen Job's livestock. Servants had been lost. Storms had destroyed his property. And then came the most painful news of all. A great wind had struck the house where his children were gathered, and the house collapsed. All of his children were gone. The pain was unbearable. Yet in the middle of his grief, Job fell to the ground and said, "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Even in heartbreak, Job refused to turn away from God. But the suffering did not end there. Soon after, Job's health began to fail. Painful sores covered his entire body. Day and night he suffered in agony, sitting in ashes, scraping his wounds with broken pottery. People who once respected him now looked at him with pity. Even his wife, overwhelmed with sorrow, said to him, "Why do you still hold on to your faith? Curse God and give up." But Job answered her gently, "Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" Despite his pain, Job still refused to curse God. 3 of Job's friends came to visit him. At first, they sat silently beside him, sharing his grief. But eventually, they began to question him. They believed that such suffering must be punishment for some hidden sin. They told Job again and again that he must have done something wrong. But Job knew in his heart that he had tried to live faithfully. Confused and broken, Job cried out to God, asking why such suffering had come upon him. For a long time, heaven seemed silent. Then, one day, something extraordinary happened. God answered Job. Out of a mighty whirlwind, the voice of God spoke. God reminded Job of the greatness of creation, the oceans, the stars, the mountains, the animals, and the wonders of the earth. God asked Job many questions. Where were you when I laid the foundation of the earth? Can you command the morning? Can you guide the stars in the sky? Job realized something profound in that moment. God's wisdom and power were far beyond human understanding. Humbled, Job bowed his head and said, "Surely I spoke of things I did not understand, things too wonderful for me to know." God saw Job's faith and humility, and slowly, blessings returned to Job's life. His health was restored. His land prospered again. He was given new flocks, new joy, and a new family. In time, Job lived a long life and saw many generations after him. Through everything he had endured, one truth became clear. Faith is not proven when life is easy. Faith is proven when we continue to trust God, even in the darkest storms. And the story of Job remains a reminder to all people that even when suffering comes, God's wisdom and purpose are greater than anything we can see.